Welcome to another video. This one is going to be about when the team is split and how you can solve it in game. So everyone has experienced when a team environment is split, and it can be ranked in scrims, in match. It's always the same, and it's when you find that your teammate is doing something else on the map and completely different from what you expected, but it could also be that you're doing something that team or teammate expected you to do but you don't. And the reason for this is a lack of communication, and it's a lack of communication about what you want to do and what you want to happen, basically. And the most direct and simplest way to solve this on the spot is by asking the team, or whoever it is, we're split, what do we want to do? And this type of question is really good because A, you're stating what's going wrong, and it's with two simple words. B, it's also engaging the rest of the team, and it can start a positive spiral. So a positive spiral is when you do something something with a positive result that causes you to do something positive again and again and again. And a negative spiral is when you do something negative that causes you to do something negative again. And if you try to snowball in game and you just notice that you can't get any kills, and you see that the team isn't on the same page, maybe we use ults without thinking, we use abilities without thinking, we're not pocketing someone, or we're not pushing, we're not making space, etc. You need to spark the conversation if no one else does it, and it can be anyone in the team that does it. You don't have to be on different locations in the map to do this. You can be on different locations in the game plan, in the communication, or in the planning, etc. as well. You don't have to be afraid of asking your teammates for help, essentially. Let's say that you're the shot caller. If you're responsible for pushing, and let's say you don't have a plan, just say, I need some help to make a plan. And if you imagine to be a Reinhardt, for example, let's say you're Reinhardt, and the enemy Reinhardt has Shatter, and you're playing in a mirror, you can't focus on everything at the same time. So you just tell your teammates, I can't make a plan, I need some help, I need to focus on Shatter. Or you can say it even more simple, I need help making plan because I'm focusing on Shatter. And as a teammate that hears it, it doesn't matter what plan you pick or what you think of, but as a teammate that hears it, you can help your Reinhardt by saying, okay, I'll help you, and you make up something at least, because picking one plan is better than picking no plan and wasting time trying to think of the right thing. For example, if you just wiped and no one is talking about the next fight, during spawn timers, tell people to reset ahead and think about the next fight. If you're waiting in a choke and nothing happens, well, just call out something. And if someone else calls out after, you don't have to override them. You don't have to feel like they're taking your spotlight, or you shouldn't look at it as doing something individually. You're doing it for the team, basically. And if someone else starts calling, let's say that the Reinhardt blocks a Shatter, and now he's able to focus attention or budget attention to talk about who to focus and so on. And okay, let's say that you're not needed as much anymore. Well, don't take it personally, because even if you don't get the credit for it or whatever, the main goal is to make the team move forward. And it doesn't matter if you fail, even if it's very common that players are afraid of failing with a plan, or maybe they can't think up something, like it can feel like it's empty. And usually that's because when there's a complete stop and there's fear, it's usually the same as a deer about to get hit by a car. you just freeze because you have no idea what to do and you don't want to back off. You can't back off, you can't move forward, you're just stuck in time. And the way you solve that is by picking something. And even if it sucks, it doesn't matter, it's better than nothing. And the way you get better at doing something is by failing at it, understanding why you failed at it or why you succeed, etc. And you will become better at making plans if you fail, and it will keep the team going. And by keeping the team going, you want to keep the conversation going. Let's say that everyone is calling super loud, not super loud, but everyone is talking, everyone is helping each other with the target focus, etc. in the fight. Let's say you lose the fight and the comps die completely. It's completely silent. Well, what do? Someone has to spark it up, and it might feel like a burden sometimes, but if you have the energy, if you have the time, if you're not fully focused on something else, be that guy to help your team get back up. And if you do that, the team will do that for yourself at some point as well. It's as simple as that to solve the situation when a team is split. You just state what's wrong and you ask for help. So to sum it up, ask for help and ask for help and let your teammates know what the situation is. Make it as simple as you possibly can, and make it simple without the message getting compromised, basically. You don't want to make the message hard to understand. Making it more simple and using less words mean that it's easier and faster processed by your teammates or whoever hears it. And when you're not sure of what to call or what to pick or what to plan, you just pick the first thing that comes to your mind or that your gut tells you. And that's because one plan is better than no plan at all. No plan at all loses you the match and loses you the next match. And the hard part is understanding how to ask for help and not really to ask for help.